Been summoned by the criminal department of Canada, something your social insurance number one. And I think one day when I was really ready for them and when I picked up the call, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl again, Niella, and no red hair, and we're back with another video, guys. So this is my first official video for 2021. Today is February 1st. Happy new month, happy new year to you guys. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Niella, and I create content around every freaking thing you see on this channel. So be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell so you get notified whenever a new video goes live on my channel. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me all through thick and thin. And let's jump right into today's video. So guys, by the title of this video, you would have already known what I'm going to be talking about today, and this is really like very essential, because I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time, but I actually wanted it to be like my own personal experience. And I know a lot of people might be wondering, it's Canada, can they be scammed? Trust me guys, there are a lot of scammers in this country. In fact, there are a lot of scammers everywhere around the world, and I'm going to be talking about how to identify scammers, how to spot scammers, either by calls, emails, text messages. So guys, the first one I'm going to be talking about has to do with the calling. I know when we arrived in Canada in 2019, I think at about January, February, I was receiving calls from Service Canada, and it's just like, oh, this is Service Canada, been summoned by the criminal department of Canada, something your social insurance number one. Like, I was getting calls like that saying that there was something up on my social insurance number, blah that was summoned by the criminal department of Canada. It always starts from, they are calling from Service Canada, and we all know that. Or if you don't know, by the time you land into Canada, if you don't get your SIN ready at Service Canada stand at the airport, you have to go to Service Canada that is close to wherever you're staying and go and get your SIN, get your social insurance number. And we all know that without social insurance number, like, you literally cannot do anything. You cannot get a job, you cannot even apply for health card, in fact, it's like you're not even a Canadian, whether by as a student, or even students too have social insurance number. So yeah, you need it to apply for everything you need in this country. So that's how the calls, it wasn't once, it wasn't twice, it wasn't 3 times, it wasn't 4 times. Initially, as a new immigrant, I think those guys actually target new immigrants. I don't know how they get this information. I don't know how they are able to get this entire database of people who are new, but quote me wrong, because my husband also received the same call. He confirmed that he also received this same calls. And, initially I was even scared. I was like, we never even stay like how many months. They say they go arrest or say criminal wanting. It actually did not make sense at that point. And when the call comes in, and they start to say that thing, somehow it sounds automated. So I just cut the call. It happened the first time, happened the second time. I think about the 6th time, I now decided, maybe not the 6th time, but maybe the 4th time, because I was like, in my mind, I did not answer the call, And I think one day when I was really ready for them, and when I picked up the call and they said, that they were going to transfer me to a manager to speak to, blah. And I was not speaking to the guy, and the person said, that I think the person was asking me for information. And I said, okay, I have received this call. This is not the first time you guys are calling me. This is not the second time. This is not the 3rd time. Please send me an address. Let me come over to your office and address this situation. And the guy on the other end of the line, I can't even remember what he said, but I was bold enough to say, okay, send me an address. Yeah, send me an address. Let me come in person. That I really don't like phone conversation. And that was when the thing just went off. And I think that was like the last time I received that call. So guys, I know that with new migrants, you may be naive, you may not really know what's happening, especially when you're just new to a country. But this scam calls may come. And the moment I was bold enough, like I had their time, and I told them, send me an address so that I can come to the office and sort the issue. Baba, I can't remember what Baba said, but that was the end of the conversation. And after that, Baba did not call me again. Another thing again is, even when you go to Service Canada to get your SIN, they would even tell you that on no occasion on no account should you give your SIN number. You shouldn't give your SIN number out. Like, should you give your social insurance number out unless you're giving it, unless an employer is asking you for it. Other than that, you have no business giving your SIN number to anybody. Nobody's going to call you out of the blues and start to ask you for your SIN number or start to ask you for. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about again has to do with emails. Trust me, guys, you would get a lot of emails, especially with job offers. That job offers, it feels like I'm going to do like a dedicated video on that, but I think I'm just going to chip it into this video. I know that when you come into a new country, maybe after a week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, you would have not gotten a job, and any job offer you see that seem really juicy, you just want to grab the opportunity. So it happened to me the first time I actually got this job offer saying I was going to resume. In fact, the first things first is, once you see a job offer telling you that they were going to give you the job first before you even do an interview or before you do a test, that is number one red flag. That is number one red flag. And again, for people, if you just migrated, I would advise you to do a lot of research. Like, try to do a lot of research. Try to join communities, especially if you're an Indian, try to look for the Indian community. If you're Korean, try to look for the Korean community in your city or in your community. If you're Nigerian like me, try to look for Nigerian community. It could be on WhatsApp, it could be on Facebook groups, it could be on Instagram groups. Just try to join and also do your own personal research, so that that way you'll be able to know things. And even if you're really worried about some certain things or you're not sure, people who have been here like 5 years, 6 years, 10 years before you would be able to guide you in the right direction. See, there's no carrying shoulder or anything in this Canada wakao, especially from when you are planning your trip or planning your PR move till when you land. There's no carrying shoulder. Carry shoulder. You are on your own. That's the gospel truth. Another thing is, sometimes even if you go and Google this company, you find out these companies are actually legit. Yep, this company are actually legit. You go to their LinkedIn page, you see the same people there. Like, this is the height of the scamming. Those guys are really, really prepared. They are very, 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 very conscious about everything, because they know that people are going to go and do research. Just like the one that happened to me. I think I'd got this kind of thing 3 times. It was the third time that I said, no, do you know what? I'm going to apply. That's how they do it. They will get your documents. They will sign your documents. I know a lot of people might say you shouldn't have done it, but I was curious and I wanted to see the end of it. And because I know it was scam. Yeah, I already knew it was scams, but I wanted to see the end of it and have proof, so that when people are talking about it, I can beat my chest and say that, yes, this thing is not real. And I went to go and search for the company. I even searched for them on Indeed. There are a lot of people that say they have worked with the company. Another red flag for me was, I think, the company's business registration number. I went to search for it because on the website, on the phishing website, on the fake website, they actually put the Canadian business number or something. And I went to search for it. It didn't really pop up. No, when I went to search for the business name, the business number and the one they had on the website was not the same. Mind you, let's say it is Fishman's Corporation. There is a company called Fishman's Corporation. So maybe their main website is fishmanscorporation.com, but these scammers will get the same website, the same interface, and put it as Fishman's Corporation, maybe .co .something or .ca. You get. So that's how serious this their scamming scheme gets. And that was one red flag for me, because I was doing more digging. They have a presence on the person I was even speaking to. I went to search for her name on LinkedIn. I was even about to send her an email saying, do you know that your email has been hacked? But I'm like, okay, what if she is the real scammer? I had to cut that off. Again, another thing that was like a red flag for me was the salary. That's why I said do research, speak to people, join communities. The salary was so good to be true for that role. It was a customer service role, but we all know if you've been in Canada for at least 6 months, 1 year, you would actually have a baseline. You actually know what the salary range for people who work in customer service or call center actually earn in a month, let me say in a year, or give or take, their hourly rate. So the salary was too good to be true. So there's Pay Scale, and there's another website. I'm trying to remember the name. If I remember it, I'm going to put it on the screen. You can determine salaries of whatever career path or position in different province on that website. 3, these guys claim to have found your CV, because yes, when you land, you're going to be putting your CV everywhere, on Randstand, on Indeed, on ZipRecruiter, on Glassdoor, like every freaking way. You're going to have your CV everywhere so that recruiters can find you. And the third thing is, please do your research. If you find out that that company is not even registered, don't even bother. Go and read reviews about people who have supposedly worked for that company. So what I actually found out about that company is that a lot of people have worked for the company. Like, it was legit, but it has to do with, I think, selling Bitcoin, because I was reading people's reviews and they were like, oh, that they can just be at home, and they just get a call and ask them to go to the bank. They will transfer the money to their account, and they will have to go to a bank and transfer the money in Bitcoin. So some guys who were there, it might also be that they are scam people. Like, people who are also doing the reviews might not be real people. They might also be scam people. But this was the nature of the job. So it has to do with them moving money. And it's even risky, because a lot of people have said that it might actually be money, stolen money that they are moving around. And you know how this place is, everything works here. If they actually find out that maybe your account was involved in, moving stolen funds around, you're going to be arrested, and there's every possibility that you're going to lose your PR. So that's another thing. Personal details, like maybe your SIN, your maybe driver's license, date of birth, all this thing. No government agency in Canada is going to give you a call to ask you for those personal details. When people begin to ask you for personal details, it's maybe when you're the one that called them. Maybe you're trying to register in a clinic, especially now that there's COVID, that everything is happening over the phone. You're the one that called them. Like, when I was trying to register with a clinic here, I called and they took down all my information. So they asked me for if I had health insurance with any company. They asked me for the number. They asked me for my SIN number. And for most reasons, for government organizations and for maybe the health sector, driver's license, these things are populated, because as soon as you give them your name, there's every possibility that your SIN will pop up on their radar. So maybe they will just ask you just to verify. So that's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to call you asking you for information unless you're the one that is doing the calling. Another way to identify scam is, these guys also send text messages. Again, the one that even made me laugh was recently, like, I got a text message from Costco saying I should come and claim something. In the first place, I shop at Costco, yes, but it's my husband that has the membership. The membership is in my husband's name, and I am wondering of, like, as in, immediately I saw the message, I was like, these guys don't come again. That's what I said. I'm like, I don't even have a membership at Costco, and yet why am I receiving email? Like, why am I receiving a text message saying I should click here? In fact, when I receive message and say click here, you've won $100, click here, you've won $20, click here, I know how frustrating and desperate it might be, especially when we land into a new country with different climates, different thing entirely. You don't have any friends and you are hungry to want to start a job. Things are creeping in, money is going left, right and center. My dear, don't be tempted. Don't click anything, because there's a possibility that they will be able to hack you by clicking anything. Even when you receive emails saying click here to do this, if you're not sure, in fact, don't even click. Not even if you're not sure. It's better you don't even click at all, because there's every possibility that they may have like a server that can try to hack your system by clicking. So whatever means you use to click that link, they'll be able to hack it. So if it's an email address, they'll hack your email address and hack all the information that you have, and maybe when they ask you to put your credit card number. So just like what I was saying, don't even try to shop from websites you're not sure of. I know now with COVID, there's stay-at-home order in different provinces across Canada. Even in Ontario, we are currently at a stay-at-home order, and a lot of stores have closed. They've gone ahead to do just curbside pickup, which means you have to order up on their website and you can just go and do curbside pickup, or you have them delivered to you. Please, I take God beg you, if you want make I kneel down, I go kneel down. don't shop on websites that you're not sure of, because you will need to put your credit card information to be able to check out. Please and please, only shop online with credible stores that you're sure of. Ask people who have landed before you, like, where can I buy this certain things? Ask Google. When you ask Google and you verify, you can also ask people, like people that you know that have been here 2, 3, 4, 5 years before you. Even though, yeah, there are a lot of new businesses springing up, but please be sure that whatever website you're on, you're trying to purchase anything, especially at this time, please ensure that the website is credible and it is verified, because once your credit card information is leaked, that's the end for you. Somebody somewhere will just be shopping with your credit card, and you know how the thing is. Credit card is like busy. Like, you just be spending money. At the end of the month, when bill comes, this is how you'll be. And if you're calling you maybe from a bank, please, transportation is not something, it's not a big deal in this part of the world. If you feel like you're not too, you don't know how the bus system works because you're a new immigrant, you can just, spend the extra money and take an Uber. Google your location. You don't even need to Google, just put it on the Uber app and say, okay, the nearest, if it's a bank, you can say nearest TD Bank, or nearest TD Bank, or TD Bank near me, CIBC near me. That way you'll be able to walk up into the bank and say, oh, you received a call about this, that, or oh, you got an email saying this, that, or oh, you got a text message saying this, that. You would like to verify the information. Hard. Take the bus, take an Uber, and go and verify the information, so that you don't begin to cry hot tears or premium tears less than 3 months or 6 months after you land in Canada. And this video is strictly for newcomers and also people who are not aware of this information. If you are yet to receive a scam call, I won't say it's going to come, but if you've not received it yet, tax season is almost here. There's every possibility that you'll receive one. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, do let me know. I'll see you guys in my next one. Do have yourself a fantastic day ahead. Be safe out there. Bye guys.